Welcome back, fellow gardeners. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'd like to talk about my Areca Palm. I've had it for a while, had it in the bathroom, and then suddenly I realized that they do like to be pot bound, and I realized maybe I had actually put my Areca Palm in a pot that is too big. And also what I realized is that I want to repot it because suddenly I saw that some of the rooting is coming out of the drainage holes. So I'd like you to share that with me today. So my name is Alice and I'm the Red Soil Gardener. So what we're looking at today is I would like to actually repot it. As I mentioned, is that I've got all these roots coming out. Second thing, I want to divide it so I can have one pot for my bathroom and another pot in my guest bathroom. And then I want to put it in a smaller pot because I realize that this particular Areca Palm likes to be pot bound. So when we look at Areca palms, what sort of light requirements do you really need? Now, the thing about Areca palms is that, first of all, they like bright, indirect sun. So when I did have it in my bathroom, I did have it on a east-facing window, but also the window pane in my bathroom is actually opaque, so you don't get that direct sun hitting the plant. Now, if you do have it in your home, because they are really suited as as indoor plants for homes and also in offices because they are very aesthetic. Now, if you do have an Areca palm, try to have it in a bright, indirect sun, so it does get a bit of sun, but at the same time don't have it too close to the window because these lovely fronds are actually quite delicate and you could scorch your leaves. Now, second thing is let's look at the water requirement of this particular palm. Now, the thing about this palm, it does like a moist soil, but at the same time it doesn't like to have its root in water because you will get root rot. So what I usually do with this palm is that sometimes I do water it and do touch it and make sure that we do have a dry patch between each watering. However, if I do happen to forget, if I've traveled, is that what I do when I do come back, I take my palm and I soak it, deep soaking, and let the water really drain out of the drainage holes. And then I know that the soil has absorbed that moisture and the palm can survive for a few more days before I water it again. So basically is that make sure you don't overwater it because it will talk to you, because once you do overwater is that you will start getting the tips of your leaves will start going dark brown. Again, don't underwater it because what happens is that the water coming up and basically there's not enough water. What happens is your leaves will go crisp and they will sort of crunch off. So basically I would actually recommend is that do a deep watering so that the water does actually soak in the soil and let the water completely dry out and then you're good to go. Now with this, let's look at the soil requirements. Now with this palm, as we know, most palm trees are really coastal plants, and basically what I decided this time to do with this particular palm is actually have it in a mixture that has a bit more cocoa peat. So in a way it's well draining, at the same time the roots can actually sort of make their way through the soil with no effort. So we're going to do that, and with that I'd like to see the results of it because I think that is actually the perfect mix for this particular palm. So now let's look at this palm. So I am going to actually open it. So I'll just put it aside here, and I've got this tray where I'm going to literally remove everything from it. And then we look at the root structure because I have never done this before as usual, but I think you'll get a better indication of how to propagate this particular palm once you do see the root structure. Here we go. Okay. What I'm doing is I'm going to break it. The soil is still quite moist, and I will check for root rot because just to make sure that we are on the right track. And our rooting, actually, if you look at it, it was getting root bound. So what I'm going to simply do is actually look at this palm and divide it. And it actually divides very easily, as I can see. And just pull it apart. Here goes. So here's one palm. Here we go. And it does have the rooting, which is good. We have another palm. And the roots look really good. And I don't believe that I did actually have root rot. Just as a point to mention, is that as we had it in this pot and it was upright like this, if you ever have a situation where you have the actual plant itself tilting this way, do check it, because it could be an indication that your plant actually has root rot underneath the soil and it cannot stand straight because it's all rotten underneath. So here we continue. Again, beautiful rooting, as you can see. And it is quite good to actually once a year to actually repot this. I never thought that to actually propagate it would be actually that simple. So here we go. Here we have. So here we have our Areca palm with amazing rooting. It was actually root bound, but from this, this clump, I could actually make quite a lot of babies. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to see how many clumps I can actually put together. And then what I'm going to do also here is I do have a bit of a browning here on the leaf. I'm just going to actually snip that off. And in a situation, for example, if you do have yellowing of the leaves, is sometimes we always sort of hoping that it will turn green. But in most cases, what happens is that once your leaves do go yellow, that means the leaf has stopped photosynthesizing. So basically, I would actually just remove the whole yellow leaf because it's no good to you. So what I'm going to do now is actually remove some of this rooting. And also, it's not a bad idea to actually repot, because once you do even remove some of that rooting, you're actually rejuvenating the plant, because what will happen is the plant will produce more roots and then you're good to go again. So I think this can be one clump in a smaller pot. So I'm just going to make a hole in here. Now what I did with this particular soil is I actually watered it the day before, because I thought it's better to actually have the babies in soil that is already moist. In that way, it doesn't get into a transplant shock situation. This one in here. So now I'm actually quite happy with my Areca Palm here. So basically I've done what I wanted to do, is actually separate the plant and repot it, because of all the roots were actually root bound. And I'm really happy, so I can have one in my bathroom and one in my guest room. And don't forget to like and share, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. It means a lot to us. And don't forget to press that notification button so that you're always notified when we do upload our videos. And don't forget, we're on Instagram. Do leave your comment there. We're on Facebook. Again, do leave your comment. We're always posting. And don't forget that also on YouTube, I have my playlist, so it's much easier for you to actually look for a video for an episode that you would be interested in. And don't forget to leave your comments, which I do totally enjoy. And all of you, do get yourself an Areca palm. They're one of the most gracious and most beautiful palms. And bye, happy planting.